In my opinion, this is the best cheap under $10 wheel stock with just $700, fat premiums, and fantastic ROI and collateral. Let me show you. Yo, what is going on, Premium Chasers? I hope you're having a God-blessed day today. Every single person down below is going to get my 25 favorite wheel strategy stocks, all under $30. Perfect for those of you just getting started with the wheel strategy and Ark options. So if you want that full list, just drop a comment down below on today's video. I will personally send it over to you. And while you're down there, hit that like button and that subscribe button. It helps us reach more people. But guys, today I'm going to share with you guys my favorite quote unquote cheap wheel strategy stock the last few months that has fantastic ROI on collateral and most importantly doesn't require a lot of collateral, and that is Snapchat. Okay, now, before you click off this video, let me show you guys, I'm going to show you guys the live trades I've been doing with Snapchat the past few months, the exact ROI on collateral, all the proof you need. Okay, now obviously everything I talk about here is not financial advice. This is just the trades that I've been taking with this and I've been getting good results with, right? But let's go over the shoulder. So first and foremost, what I'm doing is the wheel strategy. So basically what I'm doing is selling cash secured puts, basically saying I'm willing to buy 100 shares of Snapchat on a date and time and collecting premium income from options buyers. If I get assigned, perfect. I then use my 100 shares as collateral to sell a covered call, saying, hey, I'm willing to sell my 100 shares that I just got assigned, right, for a higher price and collecting a premium income from an options buyer as well, whether or not I sell them or not. We'll walk through that all fully. So we can see that Snapchat fell off a cliff here, okay? Recently at the beginning of August, okay? And obviously that was a pretty scary time, right? Because that's where I actually ended up getting assigned Snapchat at $7.50. Now, we've kind of been just playing around this level. Now, you're gonna see why here in a moment, why I've been really enjoying Snapchat, because number one, obviously it's a cheaper stock, so it doesn't require a lot of collateral. I think it's great for beginners because guess what? You're able to get in and out of Snapchat the past couple weeks, or really since the beginning of August, right? Because the price swings, right? It's like every single day, if you follow a Snapchat at all, it's like one day it's up 3%, next day it's down 3%, and it just goes back and forth, which is fantastic for us option sellers because usually, you know, we're paid to be patient, but we can actually get in and out of the Snapchat stock and obviously others as well that move like that fairly quickly. So let's go over the show. So I have two positions with Snapchat right now. I have an $8 covered call, right? So basically I was assigned at $7.50. I said on October 3rd, if Snapchat's trading at 8 or above, I'm willing to sell them and walk away from my shares and sell them at 8 and lock in my appreciation profit plus all that premium I collected along the way, right? Second one is my $7 puts. I'm saying on October 10th, I'm willing to buy Snapchat for $7, right? On October 10th. So if it's trading at $6, I'm still on the hook to buy it at 7, right? I have this all documented in our trade log. If you want this full trade log, guys, click the first link in the description of today's video. You're going to learn more about what the Ark Options Strategy is, which is just plugging the holes of the leaky income of the wheel strategy. We combine 5 sources of income on top of the wheel strategy. So click that first link just for learning more about the Ark Options Strategy and learning about our mastermind and mentorship program, which is filled with elite level option sellers, both new people and veterans of non-toxic people, all willing to go out of their way and help each other out, all grow a fantastic community. I'm so proud of literally just even me being part of that group. Just for learning more, I'll give you this full tracker and it's always being updated for you. So first link in the description of today's video. But with that said, let's go over here. So you could see towards the end of July, right, I did a cash secured put here on Snapchat, right? And that was a $7.50 put for one contract, right? I ended up collecting $17.32 of premium. But, right, when August 22nd rolled around, right, I ended up having to buy my 100 shares. So my $750 in collateral that was locked up to buy the shares at $7.50, right? 100 times $7.50 is $750. I was assigned, right? So I color coded that as assigned, right? Now I got to obviously the premium is given to you upfront from the options buyer. I captured that full thing for a 2.31%. Absolutely fantastic. Now, I'm not factoring in the premium I collected into my cost basis. For this, I'm not doing that, okay? But with that said, there are plenty of people that do that, and that's not a problem. So once I actually got assigned this cash secured put on the 22nd, okay, what I then did was immediately, right? What I did immediately then was start doing actually I did another cash secured put, actually it looks like right here on the 7th, and then I actually did a couple trades. So actually let's watch this. So on the 22nd I was assigned Snapchat right here. I opened up another cash secured put on the 12th here for the $7 puts, right? And then I did my covered call here on 8/25. So I waited a couple days. This might have been a Friday or the 22nd, and then on Monday I did my covered call on Snapchat, my $8 covered call, which expires on the 3rd, right? That's where you see that I collected another $17 right here. My collateral $750. I just times whatever my cost basis of my shares is. Whether it's money or shares, I'm treating it like, hey, how much money am I in this thing? That's how I do it, and for me, it served me well. I need it simple for myself, guys. I don't know about you. The last thing I want to be able to do is drawing on charts and being a Picasso, right? Like that thing. Like no, like I invest in companies I like. I collect premiums along the way, and I'm very happy when I make a profit. I'm not going to kick myself for missing out on some pennies, right? So for me, right here, when I did this covered call, I collected another 2.31% here as well, okay? Now, let's talk about that one is still open. Now, I do have, right, I had this cash secured put here on Snap, the $7 put. I ended up closing that one early, right? So the nice thing about this this trade log is everything's dynamic here, just for you. So I originally collected around $25 on this, right? But I was able to close it out for $3, right? That means it freed up my $700 in collateral that I can go and immediately use somewhere else. So here's the play that I did here. And this is why I've been really enjoying Snapchat, because we can often close our position and then open the same exact one, right? And get way more premium. And I've been really, really enjoying it. So right here, let's look, this is our example, right? So right here, you could see Snapchat $7 puts, $25. It was expiring on the 12th. It wasn't going to happen, okay? Now, I did this trade last week, right, where it shot up to like that 730, 740 range, Snapchat, and I was like, okay, let me just get out of this real quick. I have a few days to expiration, right? And I closed it out. I paid $3 back, and I still netted full my return of 3.19%, which a 3% return in a month is a bit aggressive. I'm the first one to tell you that. Obviously, all these premiums are vary. The results will vary. These are just the ones I've collected here along the way. Okay. And the 3% return in a single month, less than a month, is definitely a little bit more aggressive. I've been a little bit more aggressive with this smaller portfolio, really just for entertainment purposes here. Okay. But here's what I did. So I closed this cash secured put out, and I literally immediately opened up another cash secured put on Snapchat. Now take a look at this one. I basically locked up that same $700 here, right? Collected $26, a little bit more, right? For a 3.76% return. 3.76% return, which way more exceeds my 3.19, even factored in with my $3 here, right? Now, those are my two positions here, right? That covered call on Snapchat and my cash secured put. Now, I also have a Kraft Heinz cash secured put here as well. But that is obviously locking up a little bit more collateral here. But this is where I challenge you, right? Like, find a cheaper stock if you're a beginner that you can at least get your feet wet. The last thing I'd want anybody to do when they're just getting into this is like go dump like 10, 20, 30 grand into like Tesla calls or puts, right? You know what? Look, we all know the wheel strategy on the outside looking in. It's simple, right? We're getting in at prices we choose, collecting premium. We're getting out at prices we choose and collecting premium. Absolutely fantastic. Now, I'm not going to go into all the Ark options on why that actually you're losing a ton of money that way. Click the first link. Obviously, you'll get the trade log and a bunch of other stuff as well, just for learning more. But with that said, you need to make sure that you are good at management of these positions, okay? Management of the wheel strategy, that's where you start to become an artist, right? That's the stuff that takes time, and you're not going to be able to cut that learning curve unless you're, networking or engaging with other individuals. We also have a free Facebook group. So I have a couple free calculators here, guys, to make your life easier. This channel's purpose is to spread this message of selling options. I have my covered call calculator and premium and my cash secured put calculator. I use these religiously with any position that I'm opening up. They're free for you. They are inside our Facebook group. So that link will be also in the description of today's video. Basically, what these allow you to do is put your collateral in. Depending on how many contracts you want to do, you can edit that right right here at the top, right? It'll show you your return, right? So these three calculators you really need, right? You need all these three calculators when you're doing this, because at the end of the day, guys, the numbers are what I'm looking at, right? Some of the traders that you see here on YouTube, for sure, you know, and there's some very smart people out here. Absolutely. I give everybody credit. Look, I used to work at a high frequency trading company as an IT guy, and I saw like just extremely smart individuals. I'm not that person. I don't know how to predict markets. I'm not, you know, I set myself up, right, as somebody that wants to be involved in the markets, but not like take over my entire life. Because I don't know about you, I have way more important things that I want to be doing, but I also want to actually be involved in the markets and generating income like this. So again, guys, if you want all these calculators, click the first link in the description of today's video. And remember, guys, sell options, collect premiums, repeat. I'll see y'all tomorrow.